Hey guys, today I'll be showing you the first version of my Zoodiac Deck profile for June. And yeah, one thing I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna do any more Dragon Ball Super Deck profiles because the videos didn't do well. So I'm sorry that if you like them, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna do them anymore. They're not getting the views that I wanted to have, or a view that could be substantial to have. So no more of the Dragon Ball stuff. But this is the first version I'm going to be doing of the Zoodiac Deck profile. I will do different versions of this because there are ideas that friends of mine have helped, and also I don't have the cards right now for them, so I used the most budget friendly, or the way that I can say that in a way overall. But the deck is it's still fun to play with. So yeah, and also this is just something that a friend made for me. So yeah, this is funny. Yeah, and it's just Gandora in the back. So yeah, it's a fun little. It could be a token in your own way. So yeah, let's start with the deck profile. So first off, we start with 3 copies of Zoodiac Throwing Blade. Now here's your one of your ace cards in this deck. If this card is normal or special summon, you can discard 1 Zoodiac card, then you can draw a card. Pretty much that's it. If this card is used as an XC material for its original type, which is Beast Warrior, basically the entire deck is Beast Warriors overall. That card gains this effect. If this card attacks a defensive monster, it does piercing damage to your opponent in the battle damage. So yeah, you're running 3 copies of him. Next up are 3 copies of Zoodiac Whiptail. Now Whiptail is like, Whiptail's effect is during either player's turn, target 1 beast type warrior XEs you control, attach this to him, gains its original, it will gain the original attack of Whiptail, and when this card is attached to an original beast XC monster with its original type, which is Beast Warrior, if this card against this attack, if this card battles an opponent's monster after damage calculation, banish that opponent's monster. So pretty much that. It's pretty fun. You can use that for a lot of banishing. Next up is 3 copies of Zoodiac Ramram. This card reads: if this card is destroyed by battle by card effect, you can try 1 Zoodiac monster from your graveyard, special summon it. Special summon it from the field. And also, when this card is used as a Z material, it gains this effect. That its original type is Beast Warrior. Gains during either player's turn when your opponent activates a trap card or effect that targets this card. Detach it and negate that activation. So one thing is that this only does for traps, not for spells or anything like that. I learned that from Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro and friends like that. So basically, this helps you for against trap cards. So you detach, negate the activation of the trap cards that would target this card. Pretty much when it targets the monster that is with this XC material, pretty much. So yeah, those are the 3 copies of Zoodiac you're running, and the one-ups are 1 Zoodiac Rapier, and her effect is this card's normal summon. You can send 1 Zoodiac monster from the deck to the graveyard. If this card was XC material for its original type, which is Beast Warrior, once per turn you can attach 1 material and special summon 1 Zoodiac special summon 1 Zoodiac Rapier from the hand. Or that. Basically, you can't use this effect, but this is more for you to throw out more of the monsters for the monsters. And the other ones is 1 Zoodiac Kata Roost and 1 Zoodiac Bunny Blast. Kata Roost helps you with it's the same as Ramram for its basically, but these is that this one shuffles himself back into the deck, and this one is that shuffles one Zoodiac card from the graveyard to the deck, if I'm correct. And they have the same effect as Ram. During your player's turn, your opponent, etc. But this one is for monster effects that targets monster effects or monster effects, and this one is with spell. So pretty much you're running one copy of each, but you're using more Ram's effect because if they use you against with Torrential Tribute or something like that or whatever, that's yeah. So that's the monster lineup for the Zoodiacs. That's pretty much it for the monsters of the Zoodiac. Now for the other ones, which is basically your stun cards. Yeah, I'm not saying there's no pretty much your hand traps. 3 effect Veilers. There's no Ghost Ogre, there's no Ash Blossom in this deck. I don't have the money for that. Obviously, nobody has the money for that thing. If you have a job or something like that does that, well, fine, good for you. I don't have that kind of cash. 3 Gammas and the 1 Side Frame Driver. Obviously, it's a fair reason. If you don't have any monsters on the field, your opponent activates a card effect. You can special summon him and Side Frame Driver and negate and destroy it. Pretty much. There's nothing that I can't explain here. Pretty much they're hand traps. If you have the Ghost Ogres, which I want the Ghost Ogres, that's the one that I'm missing in this. Remember, this is the first version that I'm making of my Zoodiac deck profile. I would change this for the Ghost Ogres pretty much far out like crazy. But this is the only other hand trap that I have. So hey, I gotta do what I can do. So yeah. These are the hand traps that I'm using. So yeah. Next up for the spells, we're running 3 copies of Zoodiac Barrage. You can see that I have one of the misprints. I love this card. It's fun. I remember when this card was like at $60 back in the day, but now it's like $2 to $3. But yeah. Says here, target 1 card you control, destroy it. If you do, special summon 1 Zoodiac monster from the deck. If this card was destroyed by card effect, you can target 1 Zoodiac Xyz monster, added to attached as the Xyz material. Pretty much. That's it. It's a continuous spell. For other searchers, you're using 3 Fire Formation Tenki. It reads, when this card is activated, you can add a level 4 lower Beast Warrior type monster from the deck to the hand. All Beast Warrior type monsters you control gain 100 of attack. Pretty simple. You can actually stack this up, boom, boom for the attack, but the searcher is just if you activate it, that's it. So yeah, pretty much it for that. Next up, you're running 2 copies of Twin Twisters. My buddy here was using Cosmic Cyclone, but the thing is with Cosmic Cyclone, I know it banishes, but you have to pay. He was using Solomon Strike and a lot of pay to use cards. So Twin Twister is a better option because you can discard any of the Zoodiacs that you want, so you can return them back from the grave, obviously. Or the Gammas that if you already used Gamma's effect, you can discard that and use that pretty much. So 2 Twin Twisters. Next up, 2 Scapegoats. I gotta get a brand new one. This is my original Scapegoat from when I was a kid. You know what it does. Special summon 4 tokens and use them for link summoning, which I'll get in a way. You always use this at the end of your opponent's turn, so you have your summon, your normal summon, your special summon, and whatever you want. So yeah, for Scapegoats. Next up, for two copies of Cold by the Grave. For those Ash, those Ghosts, for everything that can freak you up, that can ruin your plays. I wish I had a third one, but obviously I only have 2. I wish I could get some cards that I could, but I don't have them right now. I sold them for stuff or traded, whichever I could. But yeah, 2 Called by the Graves. They're nice to have. Right now the foil's like, yeah. Yeah, I'm just mumbling. I'm just like a little bit pissed that I don't have my Pot of Desires anymore. I don't have Pot of Desires anymore with me. I have to get more. But the problem is that they're discontinuing the Megatin, so yeah. And the 1-up spells, I'm running 1 Monster Reborn and 1 regular key. So yeah, that's what I'm using for spells. So that's enough for the spells. Now for the traps, I'm using 3 copies of Zoodiac Combo. I love this card. This is a fun card. It reads is that you can target 1 Zoodiac XC monster you control, attach 1 Zoodiac monster from your deck to that XC monster as material, and it gains that effect, obviously. During the player's turn, except for this turn, you can set, if this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish it and shuffle 5 Zoodiac cards and draw 1. Pretty much. It's a +1 for draw, overall. But yeah, it recycles all your Zoodiacs. More for stunts, 2 Stormy Mirror Forces. I don't have Solomon Strike, so yeah, I'm using what I can. You know what it does when your opponent attacks, shuffle, return all attacking monsters to the hand. 2 Lost Winds. Target an effect monster, its effects are negated permanently and loses 800. If your opponent special summons, return this card from the grave, and set it back. But it leaves when it leaves, it goes banished. So yeah. And for the 1-ups, 1 Solomon, 1 Judgment, 1 Judgment, and 1 Warning. Yeah, I know it's not the best thing, but right now this is the first version of this. I'm still waiting. I still have to get some cards to make this amazing. But this is what I have. This is what I can do in the moment. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, so that's the main deck. Now for the extra deck, I'm running 3 copies of Miss Radiance. This is what you'll be using for your tokens. This will buff up more of your Zoodiacs like nuts because it gives you 500 attack, 500 in defense, and also for the Miss Radiance. You can do FTK Radiant, which I don't have the. I'm still missing the Ghost Ogres, but you can do this. I've done this, and it's funny to do. It's funny. So yeah, 3 copies of this. This is basically the only Link monster you're using in the deck. Because it is a beast, and for every Earth monster you have in the field, gains 500 all stuff. If this card is destroyed or leaves the field, destroyed by a battle by card effect, you add an Earth monster. So, yeah, copies of that. And what are the Zoodiac lineup? Basically, 3 copies of each Zoodiac. So 3 copies of Zoodiac Chakani, whatever. Her effect is that you can use a Zoodiac monster as the XC material to XC summon. You can attach 1 material. It gains. It gains the effect of that Zoodiac XC material and attack. You can attach 1 material and special summon 1 Zoodiac monster from the grave. Its effects are negated, and pretty much that's it. Next up, we have Zoodiac Tiger. Zoodiac Tiger. Now, Tiger helps you with getting more of the effects of the Zoodiacs from your graveyard or from the graveyard to that Zoodiac type monster. Reads it does whatever the Zoodiac does. You know, when they use for see something with a Zoodiac, they gain the attack and the effects. This one is you detach 1 material and target 1 Zoodiac monster on the field exceeds. Then target 1 Zoodiac monster from the graveyard and add it as a XC material. Pretty much done. Next up, my favorite Zoodiac is Horrible. He reads same as all Zoodiacs, but this one's different. Give me a second here. Sorry, okay, I'm not feeling well. It reads is that this Zoodiac Bora can attack directly to your opponent if he had, I think, 10 to 12 XC materials. You can detach them all and shuffle everything that your opponent had on the field. If I'm correct, do get me wrong. I don't remember because this thing is because Bora's effect is a long text. So do get me wrong. I could be wrong, or but yeah. And the last Zoodiac, you're running 3 Hammer Kong. Hammer Kong, you're not using him that much, but the thing that you'll be using him is to exceed him, then exceed her, then him. So you can use their effects. So basically, exceed summon him, then exceed summon her, effect of her, get any of your Zoodiac monster that you want out of there, then her effect, then pretty much you gain those effects, so you can do the piercing and whatever you want to do with your shenanigans. This is a deck of shenanigans, which is fun, and yeah, it's a good deck. It's fun deck, but you know, our meta is so stupid right now. And I says, oh no, it's not stupid, it's because you don't know how to play it and all that stuff. It's not that, it is stupid because right now, you basically can't make a good deck. You can, but you have to spend like money, a lot of money for this, you know. You can, you know, spend, like in my Heavy Samurai deck profile that I did like 2 or 3 months back, that it was fun and I was happy to make it. But right now the meta is so stupid. You know, Sky Strikers, Gokis, I miss Gokis, but you know, they ruined some things I love about the game. I'm not saying like, yeah, I love the Link Summon mechanics and I love a lot of things, but you know, there's always gonna be people complaining. I'm complaining, yeah. But I'm not complaining like overall Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm just saying like the meta is just stupid. And it's not fun, it's just like, it's just stupid. Sky Striker, here's the thing, Sky Maidens or Brandish or whatever you want to call them, they weren't supposed to be meta. They weren't supposed to be meta, but you know how we are in the TCG, we ruin a lot of decks, we ruin everything for fun, and then we put crazy prizes. And don't say, oh no, I don't do that. We all do it. I'm not saying that you don't do it, I'm just saying in general, everybody can do that. Everybody can ruin a good, ruin a fun deck, so, because in meta ruins everything. It ruins every good deck. It ruins everything, pretty much. Gokis, for me, they ruined it in a way because they put in meta. I liked it because it was, you know, semi-rogue deck. It was so fun, but you know, they had these other tech cards, supposed tech cards, you know, the nightmares, the junk shit, the junk warrior, was it junk Anna? I don't know what it is. The junk card which they use, the Ash Blossoms, the Ghost Ogres. I know they're meta, I know they're, you know, staple card, but it's just like, it gets tiring. It just gets tiring. I get tired, and I get bored of the same thing. Like, you know, I'm okay with Solomon Warning. I'm okay with all that stuff. You know, I'm okay with things, but you know, it just gets boring. If I get my own Ash Blossoms, then fine. I'll use them and I'll sell them because I'll use them for a tournament. And then I'm ditching them. I don't like Ash Blossom because they ruined so much in the meta. And hand traps is still one of the crazy things. So yeah. And if you're at the end of this, I'm glad that you're on the end of this video, and you know, you care what I say or not. You're just here to, you know, don't agree with me or disagree with me. But anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching. I don't know, my friend made this, so yeah, I'm sorry if I can't get a hold of more of these, but yeah, pretty much, yeah. Thanks for watching.